Here we go again. Reds. Man United transfer news. PSG consider Marcus Rashford move as Michael Olise warning sent. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford has been linked with a move to Paris Saint-Germain, while the Red Devils have been warned against signing Michael Olise. Manchester United have yet to make a single signing in the January transfer window, with manager Erik ten Hag admitting financial fair play restrictions have left them without much room to maneuver. "I looked, but there is no space," he said last week. No space on FFP to do something about this lack of quantity in the striker position. It's a gap in our squad. Clear. However, there have been plenty of outgoings with Jadon Sancho, Donny van de Beek, Hannibal Mejbri, Joe Hugill and Facundo Pellistri among the players to have left on loan, the latter to Granada on Wednesday night, while Mateo Mejia has completed a permanent move to Sevilla. With all that in mind, here are the latest news and rumours from Old Trafford. PSG Rashford. Paris Saint-Germain are considering a move for Marcus Rashford this summer. According to a report from the Eye, PSG did attempt to sign the forward last summer, but Rashford ultimately ended up signing a lucrative new long-term deal to remain at Old Trafford. However, the report states that PSG have been tempted to return with a fresh offer at the end of the season, following his recent disciplinary issues. Although United are said to have no plans to sell Rashford at the moment, PSG would be ready to swoop if the England international became available at the right price. Pacho linked, according to German outlet Bild. As per GGFN, United are among a host of Premier League clubs' interest in Eintracht Frankfurt defender Willian Pacho. The report states that United, Arsenal and Liverpool have all sent scouts to watch Pacho in action and that it would cost around €60 million, pound 51.2 meters, to tempt Frankfurt into selling him. The 22-year-old is under contract until 2028 and the deal does not include a release clause. Pacho joined Frankfurt from Belgian side Royal Antwerp last summer and is said to be in regular contact with his international teammate Moses Caicedo, with the pair frequently discussing Premier League football. Olise warning. United have been heavily linked with a summer swoop for Crystal Palace star Michael Olise, but they have been warned against the move by former player Alan Smith. "I feel like I wouldn't be rushing into anything at this moment in time. That's where United have been over the last few years with their recruitment policy. This again might be, are we jumping in because we need something?" Smith told BritishGambler.co.uk. "For Man United not to get Champions League this year, everyone will see as a big problem, but if you're gonna rebuild, make sure that the structure is correct and you're buying the correct personnel." Jose Mourinho considering sensational Man United return with unfinished business, claims self-proclaimed special one. Jose Mourinho is currently out of work following his Roma sacking, but is now thought to be plotting a return to Manchester United. Jose Mourinho is thought to be aiming for a shock return to Manchester United, despite being sacked by the club back in 2018. The former Red Devils boss was also dismissed from his most recent job at the helm of Serie A Titans AS Roma earlier on this month. Now on the prowl for his next role, those closest to Mourinho claim he feels he has unfinished business at Old Trafford, as per Mail Sport. The 61-year-old has reportedly made it his mission to take charge of United once again before he calls his time on what has been an illustrious career. Mourinho has kept a keen eye on recent proceedings and is impressed by the new football operations, spearheaded by Ineos chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir Dave Brailsford. Mourinho spent just over 2 years at Old Trafford, having been appointed in the summer of 2016 only to be given the boot in December of 2018. Within that period, he guided the club to a Europa League title and Carabao Cup triumph. During his reign, relations between Mourinho and those above him in the hierarchy are thought to have become strained. The Portuguese coach was often left frustrated by missing out on key transfer targets and having to opt for alternatives he didn't really want. If the extraordinary does occur and current United boss Erik ten Hag is ousted from his post in place of Mourinho, the special one could be in for some awkward reunions. Late last year, he told John Obi Mikel's podcast that some players he didn't deem motivated enough during his tenure are still at the club. Mourinho claimed, "There are still people in that club. When I say people I mean some players but also some other people that are not players, that are still there when I told United after 2 months. With these people you are never going to do it. And they are still there." He famously never saw eye to eye with the likes of Luke Shaw or Anthony Martial, both of whom remain at the club. Though it must be said that the latter is expected to depart following the end of his contract this summer. An underwhelming season so far for United has heaped pressure on Ten Hag, with the Red Devils currently languishing all the way down in 8th. The club are out of Europe and the League Cup, meaning their final hopes of silverware rest on the FA Cup. Manchester United want to reinforce the defence this month, and reports indicate they're preparing to close the signing of Jarrad Branthwaite before the transfer deadline ends on Thursday. According to Corriere dello Sport, the Everton star is a wanted boy in the market and the Toffees are looking to agree a new contract with him. The renowned Italian media outlet have mentioned that Chelsea and Real Madrid are interested in signing the 21-year-old centre-back. On the other hand, Man United are working to close the signing before the closure of the winter transfer window. The Rome-based news source claimed the deal would be worth €40 million, inclusive of cash and add-ons. Branthwaite has proved to be a solid defender in the Premier League for Everton, who rate him very highly, and therefore, the above-mentioned fee is way too low. According to an exclusive story covered by iNews last month, the Merseysiders have slapped a mammoth price tag of £100 million on the prized asset to ward off suitors like Man United and Tottenham. In the current campaign, the former PSV Eindhoven centre-half has made 18 appearances in the Premier League thus far and helped the team keep 6 clean sheets. Branthwaite is expected to start tonight in the league contest against Fulham at Craven Cottage. At Old Trafford, the likes of Varane, Maguire, Evans and Lindelof are well past their primes, and Ten Hag needs a quality centre-back who can serve the club in the long run. In your view, should Man United submit an offer to sign £100 million rated Branthwaite from Goodison Park this month? Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho is wanted by Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid amid claims his advisors have a plan for his future. Bringing through young players has been the hallmark of Manchester United over the years. From the class of '92 to the success of Marcus Rashford, even the emergence of players like Tom Cleverley and Danny Welbeck as first-team regulars under Sir Alex Ferguson, United have generally been a fine home for youngsters. United have to make sure that young players coming through the ranks now believe that Old Trafford is the best place for their development. There will always be admiring glances from other clubs. Just look at Manchester City showing an interest in signing Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo has to stay at United, and the same goes for winger Alejandro Garnacho amid rumoured interest in his services. Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid eyeing Alejandro Garnacho. Reporter Steve Bates has now told Give Me Sport that Garnacho is attracting interest from 2 of Europe's big hitters. It stated that Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid are both interested in Garnacho as they continue to look for top young talent. United are protected here as Garnacho is contract until 2028 and certainly won't be leaving on the cheap. United will be in a position to demand big money for Garnacho, but Bates notes that Garnacho and his advisors have a plan for his future. That future allegedly doesn't involve being out of top European competitions, so United may need to convince Garnacho to snub interest from elsewhere.